Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh. Welcome to the segment of Coach Gurbani's a-sabad-a-day. Our recitation, Todi Mahalla Panjwa. Rasana gun Gopal Nidh gayan, Sant sahaj rahasman upajeo, sagle dukh palayan rahao. जो मांग है सोई सोई पाव है, सेब हर के चरण रसायन, जन्म मरण दोहों ते छूट है, पवजल जगत तरायण, खोजत खोजत तत विचार्यो, दास गोविंद परायण, अभिनासी खेम चाहे जे नानक, सदा सिमर नारायण. This is composition of Guru Arjan, Mahalla Panjwa, a short sabad, but it talks about Rasana and Rasayan, something that I wish to spend a little bit of time on because it appears frequently, the word Rasana as well as Rasayan, and I have come across meanings of Rasana as the mind, not the tongue, which is its etymological meaning. And I personally think that Rasana Gun Gopal Nidh gayan actually is the tongue singing, as the verse says. And we will examine what it does. So when the tongue sings to the virtues of Gopal, Rasana Gun Gopal Nidh gayan, I would say when I recite Gurbani, or you do, then that utterance is Guna Gopal Nidh gayan. That's what we are doing. And what happens is Sant Sahaj Rahasman Upajyo Sagle Dukh Palayan. Sagle Dukh Palayan, every sorrow takes to the wings. It takes flight, disappears. In its place, Sant, stillness, tranquility, Sahaj, a relaxed spontaneity, Rahas man upajyo, within the mind, an inner gladness arises as a result. Jo mang hai, soi pav hai, sev har ke charan rasayan. Whatever you ask for, that very thing you receive by serving at the feet of the Har, which is a synonym for Gopal. Janama marana dohu te chutta hai. You're released from birth and death, and you cross over the ocean of existence. Pavjal jagat tarayan. Khojat, by constantly searching, refining, in other words. Tattva vicharyo, the essence is contemplated. Das Govind Parayan. Das Govind, meaning you become a follower of Govind itself as the refuge. Parayan. Abhinasi khem chahe je Nanak. If you long for that imperishable, Nanak says, Sada Simar Narayan. Ever remember Narayan. So there are a couple of ideas that we should dwell a little bit on. One is the fact that the utterance with the tongue leading to a state that says you will get whatever you wish for and you will be freed from the cycle of birth and death. And then there is mention of Abhinasi Khem Chahenje, meaning that is the desired state to be in. So let's take Rasana first. Rasana literally means the tongue, the organ of taste. So it is one of the so-called 5 Gyan Indriyas, organs of knowledge. And it is usually paired in Gurbani with Rasayan. Rasayan is from the Ayurvedic system, it is a compound that is made, that is used to cure disease. Gurbani has taken a lot of established words and redefined them within the context of its own framework, and it does so with all of these ideas that we are going to talk about. So Rasana in Gurmat is not just mechanical tasting. It represents a deeper function, the function of discrimination, whether a thing is pleasant or not, of enjoyment, savoring. So attachment formation, it craves certain tastes. So in that sense, it is the doorway through which the world becomes desirable or not desirable, right? So Rasana, as I said, is associated with Rasayan. So it becomes the capacity to taste life's essence. So Rasana then is the organ of taste at the physical level, but at the deeper level, it is the faculty of savoring, and therefore the gateway to both enjoyment and attachment. So another way to understand this is Rasana is how you taste the world. Rasayan is how what you taste becomes you. But again, this is not simply about physical taste. Think of Rasana as the gateway of intake, Rasayan as the transformation that occurs. Rasana therefore belongs to experience. So, if we move along those lines, recitation is what the tongue does. When you recite, utter, the tongue is active. It is uttering, it is vibrating and articulating sound. So therefore, when you do that, it is nourishing your nervous system. You see? Gurmat tells us that the sabad then becomes the rasayan, the transforming element. So there is a way to understand rasana in Gurbani, which is that it is not simply the physical tongue. It's psychological. And now the utterance is a way of calming the system down. So, jo manga hai soi soi pave. How does this utterance that we do actually lead us to this space of where jo manga soi soi pave? It is you're resting your mind slowly into a pattern of sufficiency. It is moving your attention. Your breath becomes regulated even as you utter. The tongue is imposing a rhythm. So now what is happening is your utterance grounds the mind and organizes the body. The body becomes receptive. And then the desires that you have become clearer. A lot of static just falls off. You see clearly. Therefore, you ask for what has to be asked for. You do not ask for anything that is not to be asked for. You see, there is this shift that comes about. Janama Maran, again, this tossing around of the mind, conditioned mind, recreating the same situation over and over ceases to be. And kojit is reflection that goes with the recitation. You begin to shelter yourself in abinasi khem chahe jo. So that is where the mind ends up. So the tongue begins to sing, the mind begins to become tranquil, Sant Sahaj Rahas Upajyo, it arises and replaces sorrow. That is the movement that happens. Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh.